In today's video, we are taking a look at the strategies the rich use to build wealth and how you yourself can replicate this process step by step. Over the last decade, I've been studying millionaires and more importantly, the ways that people become millionaires. I then took what I consider to be most important when trying to build wealth and put it all together in a step-by-step strategy that we can all follow. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Pandrea and welcome back to Pandrea Finance. Now, you might be saying to yourself, hey Alex, I'll never become rich because the out of the money calls I always buy end up expiring worthless. Stop it right now. Before we get into the video, I need you to slap yourself out of any negativity or frustration that you might be facing, especially when trying to make money investing. Realize that there is a process for everything and you just might not have all the pieces for it. But hopefully by watching this video all the way through, you'll have a better understanding of what you need to do. Anyone can do this. You just need to be smart, consistent, and have enough motivation to never give up on your dreams. So to all future millionaires out there, welcome to the video. Oh, and future millionaires always hit that like button. I'm just saying, it's true. Step one of your journey to millionaire status should always start with what you are good at or interested in. What makes you you? What talents do you have that will make you stand out from the average person? Or what about the passions that you have that will make you want to learn everything there is about a particular topic? Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. And I believe that to be true. See, most people don't put in the time and effort to truly learn about something, which is the building block of being successful at anything. Bill Gates taught himself programming at 13 years old. Amancio Ortega learned to make clothes by hand before starting his Inditex empire. And Elon Musk taught himself rocket science by reading textbooks and talking to scientists in the industry. The information is all out there. You just need to find the right thing for you and then obsess over it. For me, it was magic. I loved magic as a kid and I started learning magic and sleight of hand at about 12 years old. I obsessed over it for the next 10 years and expanded my knowledge to learn everything that I can about the magic industry and how to make money with this thing that I was interested in. I taught myself how to build a website, how to film and edit videos, design playing cards, all through YouTube. Actually, I learned all this stuff. Long nights that turned to early mornings trying to learn Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere. And I put all these skills together to start my magic company in 2011. Now, I say this because I am not any more special than any one of you. I just invested in myself and I put in the effort to learn and continuously learn. And now, well, I have a multi-million-dollar business, which brings me to my second step of becoming a millionaire, starting a business. Okay, so now by this point, you know what you like, you know what you're good at or can become good at. It's time to start thinking of ways to leverage your skills into making money. So let's start a business. The point of starting a business in the context of this video will be to increase your income as much as possible. This is an important part of this plan because if you don't focus on increasing your income to the highest it can be, then you can't move on confidently in the next steps and you'll always feel like you're stuck in one place, never moving forward. Now, I'm not saying that if you have a job, it cannot be a high-paying job, but I tend to believe that it is not as hard as one might think to use your skills and replace your current income with an equal or higher amount by starting a business. Now, when you think of starting a business, a lot of people might think of big startups with funding from venture capitalists and employees and payroll tax. But let's take a step back. Take it easy. You can make a lot of money by starting a small business by yourself or with a few friends. When I started my business 10 years ago, we started with a website and I don't think more than 3 people. And within a year and a half, we were doing over $1 million in sales. And that's for a very, very niche market of selling magic tutorials and playing cards. Go figure. The point is that you have all the opportunity to take your knowledge and build something that will not only be something fun for you, but also increase your income so that you can start using that money to invest and grow bigger and bigger until you rule the world. That's the plan, right? What? And that's the next step of our plan, investing your profits. Now, the smartest thing that you can do while still growing your business is invest back into your business. But now let's say that you've grown your business and making profit and you want to take the next step in growing your wealth. You might realize that you are at a point where the money coming in from your business is more than you need to reinvest back into the business. So you would have a surplus of cash basically. Well, now it's time to invest that into the markets. The best way, in my opinion, to do this is in two steps. First, you want to automatically invest your cash into a stock portfolio or a broad index fund. You are going to essentially tax yourself. I call this the future millionaire tax. Imagine that the government comes to you right now and decides that you have to pay $250 per week as a tax because. And that's what we are doing, but instead of giving our hard-earned money to the IRS, we are going to give it to ourselves because the first person that deserves your money is yourself. So however much you can afford from the extra cash that you get from your business, if it's $50 a week or $500 a week, it doesn't matter, start setting up an automatic deposit from your bank to your brokerage. I say automatically because you don't want to see the money come in or out of your account. This way it gets taken off the top and you forget about it over time, and before you know it, your money is growing faster than you think. The second part is to take a percentage of your profit and invest it. Leave enough cash in the business to reinvest it back in and to keep the operations flowing, but don't have too much cash just sitting there. You already have your automatic payments going, but each month or each quarter or every time you do a big project, let's say, you take a percentage of that profit and you invest it. I do this myself. So let's say I produce a deck of cards and I sell it. Say I bring in $100,000. Well, I certainly don't need the full $100,000 to keep my business going, and I won't just have $100,000 sitting there in my bank account doing nothing. So I'll take a percentage of that and put it into my investment account so that that money can continue to make money on its own and grow. So it's pretty straightforward. You make the money and then you take the money and you make the money make some more money. Yep, pretty simple. So to become a millionaire will depend on, of course, how much money you make. The more money you make, let's say from your business, the more money you can invest. The more money you can invest means the more returns you will get on your investments. Now for this next step, we want to use the same thinking that we did for increasing our income as much as possible and apply that to investing to try to increase our returns as much as possible. You can do all the steps perfectly up until this point, but if we don't try to increase our returns, then again, there's only so much growth that we can have. If you're just investing only in index funds and bonds, for example, then it might take a very long time for you to get to where you want to be. So let's diversify a little bit, shall we? Using options to diversify and leverage your capital, I think, is a great way to make higher than average returns. I would take a portion of the money that I'm already investing in stocks and invest them in options. Using leaps instead of owning long stock, selling covered calls and reinvesting that premium that you collect, and even for hedging your position. There are a lot of options with options. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Now I have a lot of option videos on my channel, so if you want to learn more about them, you can click right here to start watching. Cryptocurrency. I think it's fair to say that everybody should be investing into cryptocurrency for, well, let's just say more than average returns. My cryptocurrency position started at around 10% of my portfolio many years ago and now has become the best performing asset that I've invested in. So if you haven't invested already, you might want to get some crypto. What are you waiting for? Not financial advice, I'm just saying there's a link down below where you can start with BlockFi or Coinbase if you want. Another way to get higher than average returns is to invest in the future today. See, one of the ways people make a lot of money is getting in at the ground floor of new companies and new ideas, technologies of the future. This is why cryptocurrencies made so much money for so many people. This is why investing in startups make people multimillionaires. Imagine understanding what the future looked like and investing in Amazon 20 years ago. This is our goal right now, looking 20 years into the future. This is why I think an idea like the metaverse will create more wealth than ever before. So to take advantage of this, take a percentage of your investing cash and invest in the future. Look at NFT projects, for example, and where they're going. Digital land, another example that is very interesting to me. So look to the future, think to yourself, what will life be like in 10, 20, 30 years? What will we be doing? What are we going to be using? And try to invest in these areas as soon as you can so that you can increase your profits as much as possible. The next asset class is something I am very excited to talk about because it is something that I am starting now to invest in myself. And it's a must in today's day, especially with how turbulent the market has been. With the crazy volatility and inflation hitting a 3-decade high of 6.2%, professional investors are either trying to find ways to significantly outperform the market or hedge against inflation. Regardless, if you want to know what the sharpest minds in the investing space are doing, you need to check out today's sponsor, Masterworks. Masterworks lets you access an asset class that has outpaced the S&P by 174% from 1995 to 2020 and has seen almost triple the appreciation of real estate, gold, and 90% of the cryptocurrencies during the same time. According to Citibank, it has the lowest correlation to the stock market of any major asset class. And on top of that, its value has grown by over 500% in the last 15 years with no signs of slowing down. The asset class is contemporary art. And it's no surprise that the Wall Street Journal called it one of the hottest markets on earth. The only problem? Historically, it has been impossible to invest in high-end art unless you're the 1% of the 1%. Well, that is, of course, until now, my friends. Masterworks lets retail investors invest in multi-million-dollar artworks for a fraction of the cost. Masterworks' team of analysts leverage proprietary data whose work would produce the best risk-adjusted returns. This includes names like Jean-Michel Basquiat and Picasso. Then they file it with the SEC, which allows them to securitize the artwork. Now this means that investors like you can now buy shares just like stock in this artwork. And setup with Masterworks takes just a few clicks. You visit their website, create an account, browse their artwork, and then boom, you can instantly diversify your portfolio with one of the oldest and most stable assets around. Masterworks also offers a secondary market on their website where you can sell your shares to another member, similar to how you would sell stock on an app like Robinhood. Of course, one of the best parts of investing with Masterworks is that they know what they're doing when it comes to selling art. In fact, they've returned 32% to their investors in 2020 by selling a work by Banksy. Now, luckily, because I'm partnering with Masterworks, they have given me a link that lets you skip the wait list, which you can find in my description below. I know I'll be using the link. Get myself a Picasso. Now, our path to becoming wealthy isn't over just yet. See, there's one big piece of the puzzle that we need in order to complete our strategy, and that is creating passive income and living off the interest. This is how the rich do it. You build up your wealth by increasing your income and continuously making money through your business, increasing your returns by diversifying your investments and looking to the future. And now that you have all of that, you can start having your money make money for you. See, this is going to be the difference between the rich and the wealthy. You're rich if you have a lot of money. You're wealthy if your money makes a lot of money, and you can be rich off of just the money your money makes. Make sense? Good. The ultimate goal is to never spend the principal and only spend the interest. This way your principal continues to grow, therefore increasing the interest that you make. So how do we do that? Well, an easy way is to have your portfolio pay you a dividend by investing in dividend-paying stocks and index funds. You can also sell covered calls on your portfolio, which will make you semi-passive return each week, each month. I made a whole video on how to do this. You can click right there for that. You can use your money for venture capital or angel investing into startups that will pay you a percentage of profits. With cryptocurrencies, you can stake your coins and get paid interest on holding your coins on certain exchanges. You can invest in real estate and rent out property and collect cash each month. There are a lot of ways to put your money to good use, but that is one of the steps. You have to then take your money and put it to good use. Now, if you followed each step, you will be well on your way to becoming truly wealthy. Remember, all we did is take it one step at a time. As with anything we want to do, you break it up into smaller steps, make a plan, be consistent, and above everything, learn as much as you can. You should always be learning, growing, and above all, never give up on your path to success. Now, if you know somebody who would enjoy watching this video, please share it around with them. That would mean a lot to me. More content is coming soon, so please subscribe if you haven't already, which I know you haven't, which makes me sad. Oh, you did it. Thank you. You know, chances are somebody subscribed right at that moment. Thank you to Masterworks again for sponsoring this video. You can check them out with the link down below. And if you want to check out my other videos, click here and here. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and we will see you on the next one.